because this is really something that the Daily Caller has been doing such a good job on. A senior Justice Department official demoted for concealing meetings with the men behind the anti-Trump dossier has personal ties to Fusion GPS. This is a Fox News exclusive. His wife worked for Fusion GPS in 2016 during the election. Every day we get another point of conflict of interest around this Russia probe, around Fusion GPS and Hillary Clinton. Your take on this?
I wanted to withhold judgment for a while when it first came out that a lot of these people were had donated to Democrats, a lot of these investigators. Because you want to say that these people are going to do their jobs. They're investigators. They're professionals. But every single day we're seeing more and more problems. And we're actually, it's actually, Republicans are not getting answers in Congress when they're asking the FBI, well, why weren't we told about this person with these connections? Why do we have to find out about this from the news media? Why is the FBI not reporting back to us about all of these conflicts of interest, really blatant ones? I mean, this guy was married to somebody at Fusion GPS. That's a pretty close connection right there. And I think these kind of things are going to lead for a call for another special investigator and possibly Jeff Sessions to appoint one to keep an eye on the investigators.
It's not happening, though. That's the thing. I mean, people want to see justice, and that what you're saying is still not happening. And there have been subpoenas out for information, haven't there, Dagan, from Congress? There have been subpoenas out to actually get information, and there's stonewalling going on for years.
I don't know. How much taxpayer money, though, Chris, is it going to take to basically, to use the president's phrase, drain the swamp? The more you find out about what goes on in Washington, the more disgusted the average American is about everybody in bed with everyone, you know, everybody in bed together. There's back scratching, and there's never any justice for the average person. There's never any conclusion that is satisfying to the taxpayers who are footing these bills.
One of the most annoying things you'll find about Washington, D.C. is as soon as you go out and you go out for dinner or go out for a drink, one of the first things someone asks you is, so what do you do? You don't get that in other cities because Washington, D.C. is so interconnected. Everyone is somehow working with everyone, and they have an interest in that. The swamp is deeply connected with each other. These people have an active interest in keeping outsiders out of it. And Donald Trump is actually causing massive disruption with these people. It's causing chaos. I mean, all my neighbors' signs right now, they have all this virtue signaling about how they stand up and they resist against Trump and let no man put hate in your heart. Everyone around this city is resisting him. And it's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take a few years. And I think we're going to see a couple fires and brush fires along the way before anything gets done on the swamp.
Yeah, so just to be clear, the Fusion GPS basically came up with this dossier, which was never verified. It was a bunch of garbage. And that was one of the justifications for wiretapping Donald Trump.
That's what we're trying to figure out, if that was one of the justifications. And right now, what we're certain of is that it was full of garbage, that it caused massive disruption in the news media, and that it likely influenced the FBI and Department of Justice to move in on the Trump administration. And now we're finding out that FBI agents were intimately connected to it. That does not look good for the Mueller or his probe.
One thing we do know is that Christopher Steele, the former British intelligence agent who was paid by Fusion GPS and the Democrats to work with Russians to put together this dossier, that the FBI was talking to him about putting him on the payroll. We know that. That is a fact, and that has been proven. So, again, to Christopher's point, is it going to be up to Bob Mueller and his conflicted team? I mean, there are more conflicts that we haven't even covered today. Is it going to fall to him to investigate the FBI, which he ran for 12 years?
How's he going to investigate the FBI who ran it?
And Jim Comey, his very close friend, is it going to be up to him and his team to investigate what went on with this dossier? Yeah. And to Chris's point, you got to have somebody else doing them.
Well, we'll see if you actually do get the special prosecutor, another special prosecutor looking at it. I don't know. I don't have high expectations of that, Chris, but we'll see. I want to get your take on this. Breaking news. President Trump is tweeting this morning. Here's what he said. Despite thousands of hours wasted and many millions of dollars spent, the Democrats have been unable to show any collusion with Russia. So now they are moving on to the false accusations and fabricated stories of women who I don't know and or have never met. Fake news. Wow. The president coming up this morning talking about the allegations from the women who are trying to get a congressional investigation going about inappropriate behavior, sexual inappropriate behavior. Christopher, your thoughts?
You know, it was wild to watch the White House press conference yesterday. It was almost like it was coordinated amongst a blob of people who think all the same. We had a terror attack in New York. We had tax reform coming down. We've got a special election tomorrow in Alabama. And almost everyone in the press wanted to talk about, all they wanted to talk about was these accusations. The president so far has denied them. Sarah Huckabee Sanders up there saying, I speak for the president. The president flat out denies this. It does not mean it's not going to stop. And when you see Democrats so brutally cleaning out their own house of anyone who's been accused of any kind of sexual misconduct, I see them as doing that to try and set themselves up to retake the moral high ground and go hard after President Trump over these accusations.
Yeah. Well, Megyn Kelly had them on her show, and then they did a press conference after that. You're right. Christopher, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon, sir. Christopher Bedford there. Still